Hello everyone! We're from Group 1. My name is Jesica.
My name is Nicole.
My name is Fancy.
My name is Kristin.
My name is River.
Today we're going to present to you guys the detailed explanation about Pythagoras theorem. Hope you enjoy the video.
Pythagoras theorem is a very important idea in mathematics. It explains the relation between the sides of right-angled triangle and is still useful until today. But before we talk more about it, let's see the history of how this theorem started.
The history of Pythagoras. Pythagoras theorem is one of the most important ideas in mathematics. Although ancient civilizations like the Babylonians and Egyptians already used it for construction, Pythagoras and his followers are credited for proving and formalizing it. The theorem states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is a power 2 plus b power 2 equals into c power 2. It is a simple formula but very powerful, with many real-life applications.
The Pythagorean theorem shows the relationship between the sides of a right triangle. If we make a square on each side of the triangle, the two smaller squares built on the legs have areas a squared and b squared, while the larger square built on the hypotenuse has area c squared. The picture shows that the blue square, aka a squared equals 9, plus the yellow square, aka b squared plus 16, is equal to the red square, which is c squared equals 25. This proves that the sum of the areas have two smaller squares is exactly the same as the large area of the square, which explains why the formula of the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so this is the example for the Pythagorean theorem. So if you guys could remember, the formula is a squared plus b squared, which is equals to c squared, whereas a is 3 and b is 4. So we put in 3 squared plus 4 squared equals to c squared, whereas 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, which is equals to c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, and 25 here is equal to c squared. And c, how to find c? We need to make the square root of 25. So the square root of 25 is 5. So c is 5 centimeters.
The Pythagoras theorem is not just formula in mathematics, but something we can see and use in many parts of our daily life. It helps us solve a real problem involving distance, height, and measurement. Let's take a look at the example. First, measuring heights. Imagine you want to know how tall the tree or a building is, but you cannot climb it. By measuring the distance from where you stand to the base of the object and the height of your eye level, you can apply the Pythagoras theorem to calculate the total heights. This makes it possible to measure tall objects without any special tools. Second, construction and architecture. Builders and architects use this theorem to make sure that walls meet at exact right angles, so buildings stand straight and strong. For example, when they need to check if a corner is perfectly square, they measure the sides and use Pythagoras theorem. It is also to calculate the diagonal length of rooms, windows, floor, and even a rooftop.
Third, navigation and mapping. When you want to travel, the shortest path is usually the diagonal one. For instance, if you walk across a park from one corner to the opposite corner, you're actually using the Pythagoras theorem because the park forms a right-angled triangle. In modern times, GPS systems also use this principle to calculate the shortest and most accurate distance between two locations. For the last one is sports. In sports like football, basketball, or tennis, coaches and players often think about diagonal distance. For example, a player may run diagonally across the field to reach the goal faster. The shortest path can be calculated using the Pythagoras theorem, which helps in planning strategy.
Okay guys, I think that's all about our presentation. Bye bye!